Hi everyone, Karai here, and today I'll be talking to you about the Myriapoda. What in the world is the Myriapoda, you might be asking yourself while listening to me talk to you? Well, it's simple. The Myriapoda is a group of arthropods ranging from 13,000 specimens. These specimens can contain, or usually, centipedes to millipedes. Now, you might be also asking yourself, what makes a Myriapoda a Myriapoda? Well, simple, dear viewer. A Myriapoda is a creature that has two body parts, a head and a body, of course. However, what differentiates them from most creatures that have just a head and a body are the fact that the head has two mandibles that allow it to inject to be venomous and allow it to easily take down the prey that it wishes to hunt. While on the body, it has multiple trunks to it, 14, 14 to be specific. These trunks allow it to have multiple limbs to its body, allowing it to gain the moniker of millipedes and centipedes. Though they don't gain as many body parts as the names would imply, usually they range from 25 to about 100. So imagine just me having 10 hands. Now, what family does, or where does the Myriapoda fall into the groups wise? Myriapoda falls into the subphylum of Arthropoda, which comprises forgive me for butchering these names, by the way, Chiliopoda, Diplopoda, Pris, Paralipoda, Pariopoda, my bad, and Symphyopholi. With that, how old are the Myriapodas? Well, the Myriapodas can be found to go back to date all the way back to the Cambrian, specifically, the Cambrian, the early Cambrian, not the Precambrian, early Cambrian, when everything was starting to grow into existence. Though they were just small ocean organisms, we don't have much data around them besides just, hey, we knew that they exist and that they were wandering around that primordial soup of a sea that we had, with all those extra bits. But the first real Myriapoda ancestor came to land, or land-wise, was during the late Silurian. It was during that time period is when the first Myriapoda first existed, or was first around. But little bits and little details. What is the, also forgive me for butchering this name, etymology group name for Myriapoda? Well, the etymology name for Myriapoda is, again, forgive me for butchering the name, but Myriapodus, which translates to creature that has many legs. And this technically isn't wrong because of the fact of how many legs it has. These things had about a couple of hundred legs, a hundred just base 100 legs. Some have been counted to have more than 100 plus legs. Like, for example, there was one that was found in, I believe, South America that had 432 legs. However, the Greeks seem to want to go overboard with this and seem to believe that the centipedes actually really did have 1,000 legs, even though they they didn't. I guess the Greeks just didn't feel like counting, and they also felt like the millipedes had like 100 legs. I don't know, 100 legs. Beats me, honestly. Now, when did the Myriapoda prosper the most? Well, funny enough, they prospered as soon as they pretty much just came into existence. During the late Silurian, Myriapodas started to grow a little, and by a little I mean a lot. They started prospering and differentiating into different groups to allow them to better of not evolve, to better live through the era into the uh, forgive me, the Permian. The reason to why they did such a thing was due to the fact, again, They specialized. They branched out and started evolving into doing to different niches. There we go. Specifically, some of them went out to become more of a not pescivore, uh, looking to eat more veget, I guess, dead plants. There we go. They began to eat more dead plants rather than alive things. They weren't looking to just try to chase down their prey and take them down, but they were more so looking to try to eat the rest. Decomposition. They were decomposers. They looked to eat mostly dead stuff and kind of just devour all of that. So then the planet could keep itself more fresh and not have to be, such a wasteland of just, hey, look, all these dead things around. I don't think it would look too presentable. Yeah. And now we go to, what exactly do Myriapoda eat? Well, Myriapoda usually, for millipedes, they usually eat fungi, dead leaves, and diatories, showing that they were the decomposers of the groups. These guys usually just, again, ate everything that was either already just dead or pretty much just what you wouldn't expect a normal creature to eat. As for the centipedes, they were carnivores, straight up. Like, they're just carnivores. They eat silverfish, fire brats, carpet uh, carpet beetle larvae, cockroaches, spiders, and other small creatures like lizards, yeah, baby lizards. I'd imagine flies. I was honestly, when I was looking at this personally, I thought, hey, maybe they might eat what you may call it, not cockroaches, beetles themselves, because, well, I mean, beetles not that big in comparison to like a centipede, but like I guess they just ate, the babies. Maybe it's just much easier. Yeah, much easier because of the fact that they didn't have to waste too much energy. Of course. Um, yeah. Now, what was the largest to smallest? The most important question out of all questions on this presentation, I must say. The largest, the largest Myriapoda was, of course, Arthropleura, which went from which usually grew to 2.6 meters long, showing that it was about the size of a much larger than a full-grown man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If it pulled up on us during the modern day, it would probably just wrap around us and poison us down. I couldn't think of a reason for us to not get bodied by a giant insect. I'm not gonna lie, but we do have a trump card over it, and that is the fact that they can't survive having low oxygen because of the fact that their exoskeleton would crush their lungs in on themselves, which means good win for humans. We evolved to not have exoskeletons, which would have hindered our growth. So woohoo! And now to the smallest one. Forgive me for butchering this name. Hexomercrota. Hexamercrota, which usually grow from 0.019 to 0.078 inches. That's quite tiny. I don't even imagine my finger could make the proper estimate for it. I imagine it'd be like, what, this big? Maybe a little bigger. I might be giving them a little too much discredit, You gotta look out for the little ones too. And now lastly, what traits have Myriapoda what traits have allowed Myriapoda to grow or last as long? Grow. I got something about growing, but last as long. Well, their tough carapaces, as funny as I just made fun of them for having it, the tough carapaces allowed them to stay fit and survive most things. The members that have the venomous poison, of course, that allows them to take it down, as well as their, well, height. The height allowed them to bully most things out of their competition and allowed them to pave the way to victory. But yeah, That's all I have to for Myriapoda, guys. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new today. I'll see you all later. Peace. Also, just for the record, I totally have a centipede for a pet.